everyone. Welcome to Divine Secret Tarot. I wanted to really speak about how this astral energy is really throwing people off their game. I mean, there is going to be heavy astral travel, a lot of vivid dreaming that is happening for the divine feminines. And some of you genuinely will be waking up thinking, oh my gosh, I'm still so tired. And it's not because you're lazy or your body has done so much in the day. It's because whilst you're sleeping, it is another stage of a powerful upgrade to your light work. Not only are you reaching out for people who have truly needed your support, your light, your guidance in the astral realm, you're helping clear other people's karmic energies as well as your own. And you're really allowing other people to awaken through your dream state. So you might be seeing vivid dreams about you helping others, messaging others, talking to others. And this is the reason why you may be waking up a little bit tired than normal. This will definitely pass, but this is such a powerful upgrade to your light work that we forget how much energy it takes to astral travel and do the work in order for other people's souls to awaken. So take this energy as it resonates. Obviously, leave the messages where they are if you don't, but allow yourself to ground in where you are. Now, me and one of my other clients, we genuinely do talk about this in our membership. We do community membership calls, and one of the conversations is how much this energy is draining when we wake up. So it may feel like you've had a really long sleep and it may not be disturbed, but it's just because you're putting so much energy into this astral work through the dream state. And you sometimes don't need to wake up and understand why those dreams occurred. I know some of you do like to um, kind of dream research, what does this mean or what does that mean? But a lot of times you just need to acknowledge it and move on because that stage has been completed. That dream has required a version of you to support this person in even yourself, but you don't need to regurgitate it because it's already done. And so, what I'm also seeing is how it's actually affecting the twin flame separation. Now, I was shuffling the cards and I looked at the split deck and the devil card came out pretty much straight away. And I'm seeing this devil card because when twin flames go through a separation period, there is this heavy karmic energy that is like it's really heavy on the divine masculines at this time. And any divine feminines who are resonating with us, who've cut off their energy or have really truly broken away from the divine masculines at this point because they're really trying to focus on themselves. I feel that this energy is um it can be quite draining, and it's not only draining for the divine feminines, hence the reason separation pull has been kind of elongated, and it's a divine protection for the divine feminines, but the divine masculines who are going through these karmic connections and really having to step up their lessons, they are feeling drained and gray. And I feel as if it's almost like that type of dementor type energy, right? Sucking out that soul. And you may see an image of your divine masculines when they're not with you, when you're in heavy separation, and the color is almost drained from their skin. They don't look themselves. They look tired. They look like I don't want to say unattractive, but you know what I mean. Like it just feels like they're not themselves. But then when you see an image when you're in communication with one another, they look completely different. Like please let me know if any of this resonates, because when some of these messages come through, not only has it been from some clients' experiences and from my experiencing, but also I'm really interested to hear how you yourself are going through this journey, right? How are you able to see it? Being disconnected from your twin flame on purpose, but then also understanding that, oh my goodness, they're having to really push through this karmic energy. So your astral self is still supporting them. And it's a non-negotiable. Like you both are connected, you're in union with one another. Your divine feminine is a part of their inner divine feminine. Their inner divine masculine is a part of your inner divine masculine. And this interchangeable energy is a non-negotiable. Like unless you cut off cords, you are tethered. And the tethering is a lesson, it's a learning, it's a evolution of the ability for you to grace this world with your skills, with your abilities, with all of these wonderful gifts that you can bring as a human to many, many souls. But you're doing this in the astral realm as well. And so what I'm seeing here is the Devil card and the Hanged Man came out kind of like split deck scenario. And so some of you may be really focusing on one particular project or something that's really lighting you up, divine feminines, and you really are feeling this surge of powerful upgrade to your light work. And it may not even make sense in the 3D, like you still can't really fathom what's happening, but you're kind of playing. That's the type of energy that I'm getting. Like it feels as if you've got a new game and you're really excited to learn the instructions and the rules and set up the pieces, because that all takes time. All of this takes time. Imagine you playing a game of Monopoly, and that is taking time. And when you're taking your time setting up the game, you're actually setting up the foundation in preparation to play the game with others. And this game that you are going to be entering is all preparation for you to step up your gifts, your spiritual healing, like whether you're a starseed or a light worker or a healer, like everything that you are doing right now requests that you shift your energy and upgrade it to receptivity mode. And then when you're in this receptive mode, you're able to start playing with the energy of the universe. That the energy of the universe is giving you in order to heighten the energy. So it may feel like you're exhausted and drained, but when you do this one particular thing, this particular project, or this particular form of play, like you're getting a surge of energy that all I can describe it is it's like source energy coming to you. And so, even though you are currently, it may be physically or even astrally separated, like cutting off your energy from your divine masculines, because I feel that the divine feminines really do want to they're not cold and they're not callous. I'm seeing that the divine feminines are doing this because it's coming from a calmer, grounded place. Like they know the steps that they need to take, the aligned action that they need to take, and yes, there's still love, but there's more caution, there's more boundaries, there's more non-negotiables, right? For the divine feminines. The divine feminines have been through a lot. They've been on this journey for a very long time. And some of them have even contemplated and went through the path of the soulmate, and that's okay. So because I had mentioned this in a previous reading, and I put quite a controversial short up on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it already, please go check that out, because it's like, I do say it's a trigger warning, but it's basically a guy who's talking about twin flames and soulmates. And some people are quite triggered by it. And I feel it's the divine masculines who are really itching to come back into the energy of the divine feminine. So I've spoken about this before. Divine feminines, when you pull back your energy, you're not doing it in a manipulative, callous, and selfish way. You're doing it because you need that energy for your own light work, for your own abilities to heighten and to awaken other people on this journey. So the divine feminines have now acknowledge their worth. They're soaring, they're stepping forward, and they still have no idea how incredible this journey can be. But there is more and more things happening for them in the physical realm, and more things that will be aligned for them in the coming months and weeks and years. But then what I'm seeing here is because there's a boundary, because there's an element of self-worth, they no longer are accepting those breadcrumbs from the divine masculines. Hence the reason they needed to cut off their energy from the 3D and the 5D. It doesn't mean that the tether isn't still there. It doesn't mean that the longing isn't there, but it's in a different way. So the divine feminines are now seeking that words aren't enough. Um, actions need to be formed into the 3D dimensional reality. It's like a vision of manifestation. If you think about a dream or a desire, you get a surge of energy to take actionable steps. And if you do not take those actionable steps, though that manifestation might take longer to materialize in the 3D, but it also may not happen if you're too busy desiring and thinking about it and you're not actually taking those hints from the universe, then that's on you. So what I'm seeing here is I've got a group of people, and that won't be very many of you, that are thinking to themselves, I do want this, but I'm not willing to take any action. And then there's going to be the majority of you who are saying, I do want this, but I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to do something a little bit differently. And by doing it differently, you're actually acknowledging that your connection with your twin flame needs to change. It requires honest effort, and you are wanting to almost accept that the divine masculines will step up. Their level of hope that's within the divine feminines, but there's no expectation of it. That's the type of energy that I'm getting. So feminines are under the impression that, I will protect my energy, I will protect my boundaries, and I will call back my power. But the divine masculines are missing this type of telepathic tethering. So the divine masculines know that they have tried walking away, they have tried forgetting, they have tried masking how they truly feel, but there is something so strongly resonant within their soul when it comes to you, divine feminines, that they can't shake it anymore. But they also know that they can't explain or deny what they feel. They know they need to step up in the physical way, and it needs to be a tangible, three-dimensional gesture. And so even though you're following your own path, divine feminines, I feel that you are still under the impression that nothing needs to be rushed, because you are expanding the faith of your desire. You're navigating your energy into a particular direction within you, towards source, towards the greater purpose of you being here. And you're acknowledging and accepting that the divine masculines will be there in their own accord. Like, you're not rushing them. You've never really asked for them for anything, I'm hearing. But you are coming to the realization that you are worthy of this power, this, to be treated like a queen, to be acknowledged for who you actually are, because there are people who confirm that in your life. And some of you may want to go towards a soulmate now. But this connection, I feel like love is still leading the way. You are still being patient with one another. The doors are still open to this connection, and the journey isn't over, but it's changing. It's different, and it's such a beautiful confirmation that you're able to change and pivot based on what you truly want, based on your powerful divine feminine era. So let me know if any of this resonates. I would love to hear from you. I love receiving and reading your comments. And yeah, if you wanted to join the membership, you know where to find me. You know where to find personal readings. They are all up on my website at divinesacredtarot.com. You can have a look at personal readings options, or you can even have a look at membership options. So if any of those suit you, head over and let me know how I can be of service. And I'm sending you guys so much love. Please like the video. I will speak to you all soon.